Okay, I spent like 5 minutes trying to get the lighting okay because I have my lamp behind me since I just moved, and like that looks terrible. I don't. And then I had to pull up like a mood light website so that my face is illuminated. But now I'm irritated because you can see the reflection through my glasses of like my recording software. But I'm gonna try my best to ignore that. Um, and just talk about what's on my mind. That's why I pulled out the That's why I turned on my computer in the first place, because like I really should be going to bed. It's 12:50 and I work in the morning at like 9. I got off work at 11 o'clock and got home around 11:30. So honestly, that's kind of fucking crazy that I had to be back at 8:30 a.m. But I asked them, I was like, can I come in at 9? Because like I want to get a little sleep. Shit. And now here I am. I'm awake. It's like it's my own fucking fault. But anyway, it's gonna be a short video, but I wanted to talk about change today. I'm and I don't say this confidently, which is not a good thing by the way. I don't claim for it to be like a good thing, but I don't say this confidently. I have autism and I've always sort of been ashamed a little bit. Um but one thing about autism is a lot of the time it can be hard to handle change or adjust to change, and I've never been good with change my whole life. I always freak out, and the funniest part is like I always am okay. Like I always manage to bounce back and adjust to the change pretty decently, but whenever I'm first introduced to change, or I'm told that something big in my life is going to happen, like there's going to be a big change, I always freak out. I don't do well with the information. And I know that doesn't necessarily attribute to having autism. Like it's not exclusive to that, but it's probably the reason why I have never been so good with change. But anyway, the past like 5 years I have moved like 4 or 5 times. Like my first house, it was like my childhood home. Loved that house. We moved out of it when I was 16 years old. Spent all 16 years in that house. I mean, I was born in Miami, but after like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, they moved after I was born. So don't remember it. I mean, I visited so many times, but I don't know. I don't consider that a big part of my life. Miami, whatever. Um, First moved when I was 16 years old. To an apartment to downsize because my parents didn't like the up and downstairs constantly going up and down because they were getting older and whatever. The apartment was okay, and then after maybe a year we moved again to a rental um 2-story house again. So uh I think because my parents were trying to find their like retirement home, or like home that they were going to retire in, like whatever. Finally they find a house, 1-story house, pretty nice. Spent about 2-3 years there, and then we have just moved again because my grandma is moving back with us. um or not back with us, but she's moving in with us. She was in Kentucky and she's getting old now, older. She's 86. And we don't feel like she is as capable of taking care of herself as she was before. So, we're having her here just so that we can keep a better eye on her and be there for her just in case anything happens. Also because she was getting a little lonely in Kentucky, and we wanted to just have her here with us, so that when she goes, we can be there with her. Anyway, um I'm 21 now. So like 4 times within the past 5 years. Um, this most recent move, because we thought our last home was going to be our retirement home. That's why this move was like, it was just a really big deal because we were like, okay, we really didn't have any plans to move again. So this is like really happening, you know? I feel something in my braces. That's why I keep making that face. I'm sorry. Anyway, um, so that was like, I'm older now, so I do a lot better with change. But the reason I said that whole thing about the autism, whatever, like I don't do good with change. The autism part like wasn't important, by the way. I just wanted to give a little like context. Um, but more like the more important part is like the change aspect. Like I just don't do good with change. Forget about the autism thing, whatever. Um, mind you, I need to stop. Like I don't. I don't want to make it sound like I'm ashamed of my autism. I'm not. Like I know I think I might have said that in the beginning of the video somewhere in there, but I'm really not. It's just people are mean. People are mean to people with autism. So, oh my god, I just moved my entire desk. Jesus. People are mean to people with autism a lot of the time, so I try to steer clear of that conversation, which is really sad. If people were more open-minded about it, then maybe, but whatever. It's okay. Um, that's a whole other video. Anyway, the change thing. There's just been a lot of change. Like my grandma moving in with us, and like the house, and also I had to transfer jobs because of it. Um, I work at a grocery store, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's just a new location and new people. So I thought it'd be easy. Like the move, I was like, okay, like I've done moves so many times. I'm older now. I'm grown. I'm mature. I can handle it. I did, but then like other things started happening. Like, oh, I have to transfer the like job, and there's new faces, and they do things differently. It's like there's changes within changes. Like with the house, it's like, oh, with the new move, it comes like different things about the house. Like you have to remember where you put this thing, or oh, my house used to have this, but this house doesn't have that anymore. Like, oh, you have new neighbors and you have different surroundings, different people. You're further from this place, and you're further from your friends and all that stuff. So it's just a little it's just a little hard for me. Um but I make this video to say that or I guess to remind myself that change is normal and I shouldn't be sad about it. But it is pretty hard when it's a lot of little changes. So I guess like don't feel ashamed if you feel like you're not doing well with change. I think it's hard for a lot of people change. Yeah, like it's hard for a lot of people to handle change, but just try to tell yourself that you'll bounce back eventually. But I mean, I'm saying this like I'm only making this video to like help myself cope with the fact that this is really a lot for me right now. And also, I think the hardest part that I feel like I should talk about more because that's kind of like the reason got up to make this video in the first place is I miss my old coworkers. And the weirdest part about it is I don't know if they miss me as much as I miss them. And I think I feel odd. I feel odd about it. Like I feel like maybe I shouldn't miss them this much cuz also they're just coworkers, but the new faces and I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I know there's like nothing I can do about it anymore. But there was nothing I could ever do about it. Like this was gonna happen one way or another. It's just like my old coworkers. They made me feel normal. Like not all the time, just sometimes. Not that normal like means anything. Like what is normal, right? But I don't know. Like they made me feel like not weird, uh, or not odd for being myself. I feel like maybe I just have to build my way up to that point with these coworkers, but it's been like a week and I don't know. It's I don't know. I feel like it's just really and I'm trying to find like I'm also trying to find like a segue to talking about this other thing. But don't know how to get into it. But I muted the microphone, sorry. But also, there was someone at my old job that I kind of liked, and we started hanging out a lot, um, like on our breaks, and then like we started hanging out outside of work a little, and I started to kind of like them a little, um, and also not even that, but like besides the crush thing, like they were also just like really nice to me and like a good friend, like they were a really good friend, but we kind of like after I left he made like promises to like keep in touch and stuff, but um he didn't text me back. Like we made like we had these plans to like hang and they kind of like fell through because he didn't text me back and I didn't want to bother him because I have my own issues with like being on people about things like if I make plans with you and I text you once and you like don't follow through with anything or don't text me back, like I'm just gonna let the plans fall through, like I'm not gonna because I feel bad because of like whatever. I don't feel like it's worth getting into just from past experiences. I always feel like super self-conscious about like double texting people or being like, "Hey, are we still on board for this?" or like, "Hey, like I don't want you to forget this." Like if you forgot or if you don't care to text me, like I'm gonna take the L. But I'm starting to like really get upset about that because I already like don't do well with maintaining friendships, not even because I'm bad at reaching out to people, but because I think I just have a personality that a lot of people don't I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to avoid any sort of accountability here or like dance around dance around the subject or anything. I think I can just be a lot for people. Yeah. I think sometimes I'm just too much and I'm very self-conscious about it and I actively work on it every day when I know I should just probably be myself and not care. But I am a people pleaser unfortunately and I'm always working towards improving myself to be more acceptable to others. So uh but anyway, I think yeah, I have trouble maintaining friendships and that is definitely reflected in how many friends I've lost in my teen years. And I know that makes it sound like, oh, like you're the problem. And you know what? Maybe like I'll take accountability. Like I kind of was a problem in my teen years. I was really like a lot for a lot of people and just not. I just think I wasn't able to reciprocate a lot of things in a relationship, but I expected too much and just whatever. I'm 21 now, and I'm so much more mature and better at being a good friend. But now it's kind of translated over to being super worried about everything in a friendship and just trying way too hard to satisfy the other party, whatever, and also just accepting defeat all the time and constantly taking accountability for things, even if it's not my fault, and apologizing for things, even if there's nothing to apologize for. Um, and now, like, I just don't know what I'm doing. You know, like, I don't know what I'm doing with friendships. I just have like so many acquaintances or like and a bunch of like because I managed to like make friends, but so many of my friendships feel like demos, like they feel like beta versions of friendships, and I feel like I don't want my friends to see this and get offended or think that it's about them. But and it's just my own personal gripes, you know. Is that the word gripes? Um, I anyway, my it's my own personal issues that I'm dealing with. Like I don't want any of my friends to feel like I am throwing them under the bus, you know. But just like when I say demos, I mean like I'm so good at meeting people and like claiming them as a friend or claiming them as my own, whatever, and then just letting it fade or like letting it become mediocre, like just I don't know. Anyway, I say all this to say like I don't talk to any of my old coworkers anymore. And I know it's coworker friendships, like I shouldn't care, but I love building like strong rapport with my coworkers because you work with them and like if you work like if you have a full-time job, you work like 40 hours a week, that's like a lot. So you're going to be with those people a lot. Sometimes you're with those people more than your own family. And so like at this old job, I was part time, but we were really understaffed and I was a good worker. So I was getting a lot of hours, like nearly 40 every week. So I was seeing these people a lot. And like, I care a lot about being on my coworkers' good side. So, like, because of that, I built really strong relationships with my coworkers. Some of them we would hang out outside of work. And like, I know that's risky a lot of the time, like to try and be friends with your coworker, but I made sure like these people were people that I could trust. And they were. Uh, and I became really close with a lot of them. And now they are gone and I'm at this new place with new people that I have to sort of build rapport with again and I have to start over. And it's like I was already so worried at my first job about being liked and I was going through all of these negative thoughts in my head about like what if they don't like me? What if they don't think I'm good at the job? What if they talk shit about me behind my back about my work ethic or about me as a person, you know, and how my work ethic reflects on me as a human being. And I got past all of that because I worked so fucking hard to meet any expectations they may have had of me. And now it doesn't even matter because I'm not there anymore. And it really it feels like I and I know these are just coworkers. You're like, hi, like you need to chill the fuck out. Like you really need to chill out. These are fucking coworkers. Like you shouldn't be acting so sentimental with your coworkers. Like I need you guys to understand some of the people I worked with there were like, I don't have like a lot of friends, you know? Like those people, some of those people were like my closest friends and like some of the only relevant people in my life. And yeah, now I have to now I have to like do that again at this new place. New managers and everything. It's like, oh my god. And they don't text me and shit. Like, no, like I really make an active effort. Like, I'm not trying to shift the blame on anyone here. There's nothing or no one to blame. But like when you lose friends, it's just new topic. When you lose friends, like it's just it's such an odd it's such an odd thing to happen in the world. Like it's just one of the worst things about living is like they don't tell you this, guys. They don't tell you this when you're in the room, okay? Like losing friends is it's one of the just friends. It's one of the best and worst parts of being alive is just There's this quote. I don't remember his name, but I want to credit him, so I'm going to find the quote again. But basically, the quote said, "Sometimes you get so close to someone you end up on the other side of them." By Richard Seiken. I hope I pronounced that correct. I'm so sorry if I didn't. But honestly, as corny as this is, I saw it in a TikTok slideshow. I haven't read the whole thing, but I find the quote very beautiful, and I don't know what the actual like interpretation for this is, but I'm assuming it's something along the lines of like how you get to know somebody and you get so close to them and it's so beautiful for a moment and then it's just not, you know? Like friendships can end so briefly and so suddenly and it like won't sometimes it won't even be your fault. And like friendships hurt, you know? Like the best part of them is that you make them and then the worst part is that they end. And I think you're not supposed to think about that part, right? You're like I don't think you're supposed to think about when the relationship ends. You're supposed to just enjoy it in the present. But it seems like in my life things that end it's a very prevalent occurrence in my life for things to just end. And they always end like when I least expect it. That's why I'm so annoyed about it. They never end like when I want them to. They always end like when I need them the most. Um or like when I want it the most. Like by the way, the whole work crush thing that I was telling you about, I was like only really going to take any sort of action because I was leaving and going to a different store because like having work relationships within work is kind of like it's a risky thing to do. I know it's feasible if you are responsible, but it's kind of a risky thing since especially since we work in the same department, but I was leaving. So I thought it'd be a good idea to, you know, maybe confess my feelings and I had plans to do it and it just didn't whatever. But I thought, you know, a relationship with him would be more feasible because I'm leaving and going to a different store, so we wouldn't be together all the time at the same job. But you know, with the whole thing about the plans and like I asked him like to text me, you know, and he didn't, and I texted him and he didn't respond. And um, where was I going with this? I don't remember, but anyway, where was I going with that? Oh my god, this is the thing. I just talk and I talk and I talk, and I always fucking forget like what was the point that I was trying to fucking make, dude. I'm such a professional yapper, but like purely for the sake of just saying things. Like I'm not actually like there's no substance with anything. Like I just go and I go and I go, and there's like zero like correlation. What the fuck was I saying? Anyway, oh my god, it's 1 in the morning. I have to wrap this shit up. But yeah, a lot. Just life is like a lot, you know. And I guess it is what it is. I don't know. It's so annoying, like to feel like so alone in all of this, you know. Because I know I'm not actually alone. You have to get past that mental blockage yourself. But it's hard. It's hard. Um, because it's hard to tell people you feel alone because they're gonna look at your face and be like, "You're not alone. You're not alone. There's people, you know, there's people around you." It's hard to talk about the feeling of being alone because it's different from actually being alone. I know I'm not actually. No one's ever actually fucking alone for most of the time, but it's really easy to feel alone. Anyway, I remember what I was talking about earlier. It was about my crush. I was gonna say I have to not get like caught in my feelings about it. It's really hard. But anyway, I broke up or I got broken up with a little over a year ago in July. It was July 16th. Or it was June. June 16th. So it's been a little over a year. That breakup hurt like really, really bad for me. Like for like 6, 7 months straight, I was like really, really, really struggling with accepting the fact that he's like gone for real. Um, and even like a year later, like exactly a year later, the night of, like I was like, this is the year anniversary of being broken up with. Like that's how bad it hurt me. Like I remember the exact day. And anyway, I had healed from that breakup, like whatever, and developing this new crush was like it was kind of a big like leap for me because it kind of sort of proved 10 times over that I'm over that crush, you know, like and it felt really liberating to like have a crush again on somebody, develop a crush, whatever, you know. But it's freaking whatever. It's like whatever. It's like whatever. It's like whatever. Uh, ooh, girl, pardon. Anyway, yeah. So it. I'm sorry. I keep wondering if I should edit this video because there's so many like. First of all, my thoughts don't flow that well, but also there's so many Baka, bro. I'm sorry. I talk too fast, but there's so many instances where I'm just like trying to think of something to say, but also feel like it feels. Oh my god, did you hear that? I just farted. I'm sorry, but also it feels less it feels less authentic if I edit the video. So I don't know. But also this shit is like about to be 30 minutes long. Ooh, it's 1:20 and I have work at 9. Oh my god, I have to really wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Um, but anyway, yeah, that crush thing. I don't know what I because I kind of a part of me wants to really like cry about it. I like really want to like cry about it, and just be done with it. Because crying is like, you had it, and then you can like go about your day, whatever. Because I could just like be sad about it all day, or I could cry about it. Because crying is kind of like if you were sad about it all day, compressed into like a few minutes, uh, or a couple hours. Some people cry for a really long time. There's been those days for me, but you know, because I haven't cried about it. Because I know if I did cry about it, like I would cry about that, and it wouldn't be a long cry because it was only a crush. It's not like we were dating or anything. But I think it would be like the cry would start, but then I'd keep crying because I'd be like, well, now I'm sad about the fact that I don't really get to see him anymore as a friend. Like we don't even get to hang out that much as a friend, and I'll also start crying about my coworkers that I miss, and I'll start crying about all this change that's happening. Wrapping back around to the beginning of the video, like start crying about like, oh my god, like new house, new place. I have to get used to all these things, and like, you know, I would and then I'd start crying about the fact that I've been trying to save up money for a new fucking computer for so long. Okay, I gotta like, I really gotta go. I really gotta go. I swear I gotta go. But I really want to just for a moment talk about this. My God, RAM is so fucking expensive. I've been trying to save up for a new computer for a while. Okay, I've had this computer for like 6 years, six, seven. But anyway, um, yeah, because I think that's what happens when I cry. I like cry about one thing that's like upsets me, but then like the reason that I get so upset in the first place is because like it'll be like, well, now I can like cry about that other thing I wanted to cry about like a week ago, but like didn't get to because it's kind of hard for me to cry sometimes unless like just things have to happen. So many things have to pile up for me to cry, and that's like the most annoying part. It's like, well, damn, like now all these things are happening, and now I want to freaking cry about it, but like I can't just. Like, I don't know. Sometimes crying doesn't feel that good. Like, don't know, because crying is supposed to feel good, but sometimes it just doesn't feel that great. Like, I remember the first time I cried and it didn't feel good, because usually it does, but one day it didn't, and I remember that day because it was so terrible. But it was a little bit after I got broken up with by that guy that I was just telling you about. My last breakup that hurt so bad. Um, I did something really stupid and I regretted it. And my parents had to drive me home, and I was crying in the car, like really hysterically, and like it was the first time that I couldn't stop crying. Like I couldn't stop myself because usually if I'm crying, I like if I really really needed to, I could stop, but this time like I physically it was pouring out of me, and like I was screaming, like it was pouring out, like literally like I felt like all the negative energy had been like secreted through my eyes and my face, like I was literally like like Sarah Paulson, like scream crying, like that's how bad it was. And that was the like first day that like crying did not feel good for me. Like it just felt like painful, like physically and mentally. Like it just was exhausting. So I'm scared that that might happen again if I cry about this, because then I'll start crying about all these other things that are on my roster that I need to just like cry about, but I'm just like putting them on the back burner for now because there's just like too much shit going on. Like I don't want to cry yet. Like I'll cry later. And I feel like maybe I'll cry tomorrow at work. Who knows? Because this new location is like really busy. It's in a busy area and it's newer, which means more people want to go. And it's gonna be really busy tomorrow. And this is gonna be like my first Saturday like working there. And I'm working the busiest hours of the day, like nine to five. Like wow. Maybe I'll cry about it then. Anyway, this was really fun. This was a fun video. I really thought I was gonna sit up in front of this camera and like cry, like really, really cry, like because half the time I start these videos, it's like because I feel like maybe I am gonna start crying. I'm like, I'll sit down and talk about it, and then at least my crying won't be for nothing. Like I'll cry in front of a camera, and feel bad for me, feel bad for me. But I'm not trying to say that that's what it like. If you do that, like good for you, because that's what I'm doing. Like I don't think it's okay. I mean, I don't think it's not okay. I mean, what help me? I think it's okay for people to sit in front of a camera and like cry about things, you know. I think a lot of people are like, that's immature, like to post yourself on the internet crying and like because like you're begging for sympathy and like that's not how you're supposed to get it. But I feel like how else are you gonna get help? Like you could like reach out, but if people want if this is how they want to reach out, then let them well, I'm very animated today. But if that's like if this is how you want to reach out or ask for help, then this is how you want to reach out and ask for help. Who's to judge like how you handle your emotions? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. And obviously there's like there's levels to it, you know, like to a certain extent, you know, you should be doing this stuff if you feel like you can, you know, within reason. But anyway, what the fuck? I don't know. My eyes are getting heavy. I should really go. Oh my god. It's about to be 1:30. I need to go to bed. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Whoever's out there. Wow. This video is so fucking stupid. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I feel like should I upload it raw? Did I do that? Who the fuck is gonna watch nearly 40 minutes? I've been talking for 40 minutes? Dang. It is not. Technically it's been 36 minutes and 32 seconds. But wow, nearly 40 fucking minutes. I could sit here for 4 minutes and definitely talk about something else. Holy crap. And then 40 minutes plus 10 is 50 minutes plus 10 is an hour. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video. I think I'm gonna end it. I'm ending it. I'm ending it. I'm gonna end it. Is there anything else to talk about? I'll talk about it in another video. I'll talk about it in another video. Dude, I talk so fast that bye.